we're sticking with Halloween here, so we've got Halloween 3, the one movie that doesn't have Michael Myers in it, versus Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah, so I'll say on my part that this is somewhat of a debate, like about Halloween 3, whether or not it's a good movie or not. I feel like more recently, people have leaned toward, hey, it's a flawed movie, but it's entertaining. I am personally a big defender of the movie. I'm not saying the story is not messy. I am saying the atmosphere is on point. I actually think it's a really good movie myself. And Jeepers Creepers is a good movie too, but Halloween 3 just has something going for it, despite its somewhat nonsensical story that just Jeepers Creepers itself, in my opinion, does not have.
Yeah. Well, I don't mind Halloween 3. I think it's fine. I know there's a lot of people out there that kiss its dick and think it's the best thing ever made. I have no idea why. To me, it's sort of like standard, maybe slightly above average horror movie. Jeepers Creepers isn't like the most fantastic thing out there, but I do remember the first time that I watched that, the suspense that it built up, even before you really get to any of the killing from the creeper, um, was pretty damn good. Like, I don't want to give the director too much credit because we all know he's a piece of shit, but I think that movie is pretty good. The ending is a bit wonky. Like, I don't know if they just showed too much of the creeper or what's going on. I, I don't know how I really feel about the way that movie unfolds towards the end, but overall, I have a better time watching Jeepers Creepers than Halloween 3.
And that's okay because we can always be wrong at least once.
I have a feeling you're going to be wrong more than once, but we'll see.
Hey, so do I.
Oh boy, another Halloween movie. Black Christmas versus Halloween 2. Yeah, I agree. I think... Now, this is a closer fight for me, but neither movie jumps off the screen for me, but I would just rather watch Michael Myers than whatever the dude is from Black Christmas.
I think his name is Billy.
Oh,
Well, there you go.
Billy.
I'd rather watch Austin Powers than Billy. Okay, so now we've got Devil from 2010 against Halloween Resurrection, which I believe we already did in the first head-to-head matchup with Christine. Yeah, I'm gonna go Halloween just because I think it has more replayability. Like Devil,
Exactly. That's
yeah,
exactly what. Like that was a decent movie the first time through, but watching it like second time or third time, it's just not that much there, in my opinion.
yeah, and much like Jason X, which I love Jason X, is highly entertaining. I think even though Halloween Resurrection's not as entertaining, it has its moments like that where, I mean, who can forget Busta Rhymes just whipping out martial arts moves against Michael Myers for some reason? It's just, I don't know. You'll find, I mean, whether you think the movie's good or not is one thing, but at least you should get some sort of kick out of the movie.
Yeah, I mean it's terribly dated. Like you can tell it's an early 2000s movie. But if you're from that era of time, well, like Chucky said earlier, there's just a sense of nostalgic value to some of these movies, and I think that's going to be one of them. That even if it's not a great movie, just as nostalgia for the time period, it's probably going to help it a little bit.
Yeah. Oh boy, here we go. So we've got Project Metalbeast from 1995 versus End of the Line from 2007. Okay, so I'm going to be very honest here. I don't think I've ever seen Project Metalbeast. So my options here is that I'll either abstain or I vote for End of the Line. And now the reason why I'm going to do this is because I've seen End of the Line many times. I think it's a fantastic movie. Not the greatest of all time or anything, but I think it's fantastic. Um, that movie, it's like a 9 out of 10 for me. It if you can get past its like low budget aesthetic, I think you most people should be able to enjoy that movie. It's incredibly effective in multiple ways. I think towards the beginning of the movie, it's got a lot of good jump scares, but it doesn't rely on jump scares. It only does that for just a portion of the movie, and then it kind of transitions into other things. And I don't know, that movie to me is really fucking good. Even the song they play at the end in the credits, really fucking creepy. So I have no reason to believe that if I watch Project Metalbeast that I would pick it over End of the Line.
I also have no reason to believe that you would. Now, I have seen both movies. Project Metalbeast, I'll be honest, it's better than I thought it was going to be. But like Chucky, I think Under the Line is a really good movie. I actually watched it just yesterday, so it's really fresh in my mind. And yeah, it's a pretty good movie. There's some issues with it. I probably would go as high as a 9 out of 10, but I do think it's pretty good. And if you haven't seen it, highly recommend it.
And religious cults just kind of give me the creeps too. So there's
It's
that.
also worth mentioning. I found it sort of interesting. They came out the same year The Mist did, which has sort of this strong element of like religious nutcases to be non-politically correct. So sort of a nice double feature right there.
All right. Next up, we've got April Fool's Day from 1986 versus Slaughterhouse from 1987. So, two movies that came out around the same time. And yeah, I'm going to go with April Fool's Day. Neither of these movies I've watched much. I think I've only seen both movies maybe once.
It's insane,
Uh,
bro.
maybe twice for April Fool's Day. Maybe twice. Neither are movies that you know, love or get any. I don't get anywhere close to saying that they're good movies, but I think Slaughterhouse just. It's one of those movies that's just too rough on the edges for me to. I don't know, to really get into. April Fool's Day is a little more digestible. Just it's got that 80s aesthetic to it that like most of the other movies of its like you look at all the other slasher movies and whatever else that was coming out around that time, it feels like it's more similar to those than Slaughterhouse, which I don't know is a bit of a slog.
Yeah, I'm
So
not going to defend Slaughterhouse. I will say I actually quite enjoy April Fool's Day. I've probably seen it 4 or 5 times. I'll be watching it again in the next couple of weeks. So I'm not saying it's an amazing movie, but I do personally get a decent amount of enjoyment from it. Slaughterhouse is okay, but it's not. This was not remotely a difficult choice for me.
yeah. Okay, we've got two movies that have already popped up before, but not against one another. Yeah, Jeepers Creepers. We've already talked about it. We've already talked about Christine. So if you watched earlier in the video, you know why we're picking Jeepers Creepers over Christine. Were you about to say something?
I was just going to say like, comment, and subscribe, Russ.
Yeah, do all the usual YouTube bullshit.
Notifications, dude. It's really
Yeah.
fun.
Smash that like button.